Good evening, everyone. Whew. Day 4 of the Sacred Soul Soiree. I'm Tammy Lee with the Emerald Compass, coming to you live right here in the Ignite Your Joyful Heart Facebook group. Hello, Sina. As we wait a little bit for people to pop on. Hi, Deb. How's the play work? I don't know if homework's the right word, because we're playing with our stories and it just feels like it's more fun to say play work instead of homework. People are starting to pop on. Today is day 4 of this 9-day event. It's been incredible. And I'm actually learning some lessons. Hi, Diana. I'm learning more things because this past weekend, I thought, oh, if I can get all of the worksheets done and get them uploaded and I know I have them done, then things will be a bit of a breeze, I'll be in front of the 8 ball. And what I'm finding out is my helpers, my spiritual helpers, my entourage, my support system. That's a good way to say it. My spiritual support system. It's like, no, you had to create these worksheets the day of. Well, hello, beautiful. Hi, Jan. How are you, darling? And I'm so glad you all could join. Tonight is so powerful. There was more and more coming through as I was creating the worksheets. Hence the burning of the candle, the flames, the transformational flames, because what we're talking tonight, it can be heavy. It can be heavy. And when we work through it, hi, Tia, so glad you could join us. So everybody, as other people are joining, just take a deep breath. Because tonight we're talking about sacred release. The power, the incredible, profound unknowing. Like I had no idea, but the power of forgiveness, and sacred release, and the different ways that we utilize it. And I'm gonna even take us through something that I didn't even write down in your worksheets. Hi, Carrie. So nice to have you here. Let's just wait another moment before people start joining. And in the meantime, are you all writing this? I know we were talking about sacred story last night, and some of you have written that, and you've either posted it in the Facebook group or you've sent it to me personally. So my next question is, are you writing that story of that woman, that profound woman that you look up to? Because I want you to bring that tomorrow. I'm thinking, do we bring that tomorrow or do we bring it next Tuesday? Because Saturday and Sunday and Monday are bonus sessions. And then Tuesday, we're going to gather back around and we're going to have a recap. Okay, bring it then. Bring it on Tuesday at 7 p.m. when we come back for the recap and Q&A. Let me think here. Let me just ask it. No, because tomorrow we're talking about sacred calibration. Okay, bring that with you tomorrow. Forgive me. Bring that with you tomorrow. And tomorrow night at 7, where we talk about sacred calibration. Okay? Whew. So I got to move something here. I know I was supposed to be all prepared, and I forgot to do this piece. So tonight, sacred release. So how many of you ended up getting the worksheets downloaded? And did you have a chance to look it over? Carol, if somebody types into the text chat in the I think I'm getting them all, but this is still a new format for me, kind of a different way that Facebook's doing things. So, okay, just sinking into all that, everything that's happening. Okay, where is everybody at? Before we start on Sacred Release, do you have any comments, questions, thoughts that you want to bring forth? Now is the time to do it before we go, so we can clear anything that you might have a question about. So that way we can dive right in if there's no questions. Oh, yes, I can hear you. I didn't get to look it over. Okay, Danielle, that's fine. Not a big deal. So we talk about sacred release tonight. The power of forgiveness. This is something that the power of forgiveness, the art of forgiveness, and expansion. There's a lot of things that can happen with us when we do not forgive. There's a lot of ways that through different experiences. Okay, let's just set this container. Everybody breathe into their heart. Allow all things from the previous days to go. Breathe into your heart. Do it. Count in. Breathe in for a count of 5. Hold for a count of 5. Release for a count of 5. Allow that energy, that essence of who we are, to come into the container of this Sacred Soul Soiree. Let's settle into our bodies. Yum. Somebody wants to come through. Yeah, it's a powerful night. Just breathe into your heart. Sacred release, the power of transformative flames. I believe that when we think about our failings, when we embrace them, when we think about the things that we have done that we tend not to forgive ourselves, that we think they're failings. But all in all, they've actually helped us to become who we are right now in this moment. But when we embrace them, when we accept them, when we acknowledge them, and we realize that they made us who we are today, we have the capability of loving ourselves beyond anything, beyond what we could have imagined. And to me, it's a miraculous feeling. It is, it's alchemy. It's true alchemy. And it shows us a glimpse of the degree of how much we are loved and supported beyond our knowing. So let me introduce this, because this is I love this so much. I just absolutely love bringing forth this information, more of sharing what I have learned. And so I'm Tammy Lee. For those of you that are just joining us for the first night, this is day 4 of the Sacred Soul Soiree. When you see me breathe, it's just, there is so much energy right now in this container. For me, it's palpable. I can feel it, taste it, sense it. It's supporting each and every one of us, whether we're live or we're on a replay. And it's beyond this human experience. I'm a multi-dimensional, intuitive facilitator of transformational and healing experiences. And I have an array of different tools and gifts in my treasure chest. And tonight, a lot of them are coming forth to help us to facilitate an awakening, a clearing, and to help the fragmented soul pieces of what we did not know, that these pieces of us that have fragmented off, through the power of sacred release, through the power of not knowing that if we did not forgive ourselves, we actually fragment soul pieces of ourselves. And some of them are lost. And they want to come back home, darling. They want to come back home to each and every one of you. I even asked, what am I to wear tonight? Like, to be in this power stance. And Mama Bear, the bear families are with us. I'm like, I knew I need to wear this. This was made by a Native American elder. When I saw it, I knew that it was to come. It would tell me it wanted to be home with me. So just take a deep breath. For those of you that can feel the energy, make sure you have water with you. Everybody needs to make sure they have water with them. I can feel the heat's already rising, the transformative flames, as we start to talk about sacred release and the forgiveness work. And this is something I've been doing for decades. I'm 58, and I wish I would have had somebody tell me when I was younger how to utilize this sacred, which I truly feel is a sacred power, a sacred knowing. It would have saved me a lot of heartache. I'm sure of that. And that's part of the reason why I do this. Because if I can if I can assist in diminishing heartache, especially within the women I work with, within all the women I touch, within you that are here, whether it's live or on a replay, if I can help to diminish that heartache, to clear the shame and the guilt that comes along with it, and blame. Did you know shame is, if you take a scale of 20, of 0 to 1,000, let's say, absolute peace, absolute purity is at the top, shame is at the bottom. Shame is the closest thing to death. The energy of shame is the closest thing to death. And that's usually what people are holding. Guilt is right above it. Blame is right above that. That's usually what the energy people have when they commit suicide. I've been there. When I was 14, wow, this is interesting. I had no clue I was going to share this story. When I was 14, I was planning my suicide. Felt like nobody loved me. Grew up never feeling loved. I shared that actually last night. And I could never figure out why those feelings. And that set me on a path of seeking truth. Have you ever felt like you were lied to? Not by parents, but just in general. Like freaking lied to about things. So other people could have a power over power. You know, I heard this term a couple years ago, power over power dynamics. And I never really understood it. Like, what does that mean? And it's when somebody else or something else has power over you. And that is something that when we don't forgive, it has power over us. It literally blocks us from our intuitive gifts. Let me say that again. Our intuitive gifts can be blocked by not utilizing sacred release, the power of forgiveness and expansion opens us up to our intuitive gifts. In my experience, And it's one thing to forgive others. Okay, I'm just thinking into this to see if I really share this. Something I learned a long time ago. It's not my fault that this is my story. Okay? Deb, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. And I don't know if this is around the death of your son. She says, oh, if we write on this topic, forgiveness, I have one. The power of forgiveness. When we don't forgive, it can keep us chained to a different reality. It can control us. I know I'm taking a lot of breaths because this energy, I can feel the tears. If you have tears, please allow them. Please allow them. Please allow them to come forth. I know those tears. I know those moments of falling to my knees in desperation and crying out for help, not knowing where that help was coming, of feeling the remorse, the guilt, the shame. And a lot of that at times actually came from being a mom. And this comes in layers, ladies, because I know I have forgiven myself of this. And I know I've asked my daughter for forgiveness. And I feel like I'm supposed to share this story. Because there's so much emotion with it. And it ties back into Tuesday when we talked about our sacred self and our emotional bodies. And allowing the emotion to come forth. Now, if you haven't listened to day 2, I implore you to go do that. I invite you to go do that. These videos are only staying up until midnight next Tuesday. Being a young mom at the age of 17, I have 5 children. My husband was out of town a lot. So I felt like I was a single mom a lot, raising 5 children on the farm. At the age of 17, I was also married. Had my son. I have 1 boy and 4 girls. See, this is another layer. And it's not only from this lifetime, but this story. Because the guilt and the shame, because now I'm getting it. The guilt and the shame and the blame. Because a lot of work I do is also ancestral work, helping to clear that, helping to heal that. And I can feel this other lifetime coming forth of when I lost a child. So it's not about the story, it's about the shame and the guilt and the blame. That here's a deeper level that wants to be cleared by this story I tell you about my daughter Crystal. Do you ladies see how we need this community? How we need a sisterhood? This isn't just something that you just go around sharing, right? Wow. So I'm just being with the energy. I'm practicing right now with you what I teach. And the different, and this is one of the levels and more that we're going to go into in the 8-month program, the Emerald Compass Sisterhood, which I'll talk about more later. First, we need to, yeah, this is a must. So the only way I really knew at first to discipline my children was how I was taught, of how I was disciplined. A belt or a brush, fly swatter. Have you mamas ever felt like a monster when disciplining your children? I have. I have. And and I know that sharing this story could open up a Pandora's box for some of you. And I'm here for you. And that's why I'm building an even stronger container with the Emerald Compass within that sisterhood. And I lost it one day. I lost it, and I don't know that I've ever said this publicly. And I whipped Crystal with a belt. I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. The number 6 is coming to me. And I felt so horrible. I went into the bathroom and I locked myself in the bathroom. I had no idea I was sharing this. So mamas, yeah, you're right, Jan. It is the way it was done. And this is not about blaming my mom. This is about bringing this to awareness. This is about speaking our stories, speaking the truth, to bring it up, to allow the forgiveness to happen. I cried and I cried and I cried that day. Truly, truly thought I was a monster. How could I be a mother? Why would I be entrusted with these beings? Why would they want to be with me? Oh, to be able to have a do-over. I know we're not supposed to wipe our nose on live, but I'm just being me with you all, being real and being raw, as you can see, which is totally who I am. And I'm saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to all the support, human and multidimensional, that is here with us right now. Eventually, I calmed myself down and I went over and I hugged Crystal. So she was probably maybe 5. let's see, I was 17 when Joey was born. I think it was 20 when Crystal was born. So it must have been 21, 22 when this happened. Never really thought too much about it after, like for a week or so. For years, probably pushed it away, pushed it down. Yes, recognition and reconciliation. And that's what forgiveness helps us with, Jan. And then one day, I was in the shower. Like probably, I'm 58, probably in my early 40s. And Crystal's an adult. And I just start bawling. Like this whole instance, this whole experience comes flooding back with there was no like pre-course to it. It's just like all come flooding back, and I bawled in the shower. And I knew to go ask Crystal for forgiveness. As soon as I got out of the shower, I put on my house coat, because this is one of the steps early on that I learned to do. And to be witnessed by another. And that's what we allow our inner self, when we allow those experiences to come forth, to be seen. Like, whether or not we talk about them, but to be seen, to be felt, to be witnessed by ourselves, to be witnessed with the support of our entourage, our spiritual team, our sacred self. If we have a specific group or a specific person that can hold space for us, even better. And when I went to go ask Crystal for forgiveness, she's like, Mom, I don't even know what you're talking about. I had no idea she didn't remember that. At that time, I don't know if she has since then. And I cried with her, and totally forgave me. And that is part of when we release ourselves from those bindings, from those chains that keep us held. So what gets in the way of this can be the shame, the guilt, the blame we put on ourselves. Can be also the fear, is if we talk to somebody else about it, we may be judged. So be very discerning on who you talk to. Be very discerning in that. Or talk with. And because this is one of the most powerful actions on earth, is and in this lifetime, not to learn, but really to know and practice the power of forgiveness. And we're going to go into this deeper, and we're going to expand more upon it in the 8-month program, the Emerald Compass Sisterhood. Because there's another practice that I have that we are going to learn like the back of our hand, so we can call it up. But in your worksheets, You have a practice. That's one of the things I did when I first started. It helped to facilitate a lot. So everybody, I want you to take a drink. Take a deep breath and take a drink. Can you hear the peacocks? They're also helping to facilitate. Because when we do this work, because in that act, okay, so let me back up a minute. In that act, in the story of what I just shared with my daughter Crystal, in that, I fragmented pieces of my soul. And they were fragmented, like those pieces on that layer, on this, like there's, as we're learning, as I'm learning right now, also with you all, of the different layers that we actually have. And there's even more fragmented soul pieces that are, yeah, I can feel them coming back to me right now because of sharing this with you. And the birds, they're helping to facilitate this. I really feel that's why the peacocks started chiming in. So again, it's not as much as about forgiving ourselves. About forgiving others. That's important, but it's also about forgiving ourselves. First and foremost, because this is also what, not only does this open us up to our intuitive gifts, our sacred gifts that desire to come online, but it opens up the channel of sacred love. Just like the thought of how can we love others profoundly when we don't love ourselves? So, when you connect this part of you, when you connect this part of you, and you come more online with yourself, meaning internally, your internal compass, your internal knowing starts to grow and expand. And I truly feel, it's like I know that I know that I know. That is how, because some of you have reached out to me and said, Tammy, how can I be doing this kind of work? How can I be more in tune with my spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical bodies? How can I clear? Well, when we do this work, more of those things come online. More of those things come online. So you all have a practice that I shared with you in your worksheets. You can do that at a different time. Tonight. And if you need help with that tonight, you just reach out to me. So everybody take a deep breath. Let me check the text messages. You're right, Deb. I know that now. I didn't know that then when this all. So Deb says you may have done something in a prior life with your daughter and you came back in this lifetime to try and fix from the past. So congratulations for acknowledging the action, feeling, and forgiveness you experienced. And this is what happens. I truly believe in past lifetimes. And what we don't take care of then It's right here with us right now. If we're willing to say yes and open up to it. And two, heal it. Allow it to go back home. Allow the energy of it to transmute into the pureness of what it truly is, of where it once came from. That's what I'm. Okay, so everybody take a deep breath. And if you're with me on this, say yes. So think about something. Because right now, right here, I want to help you to bring forth, to clear. We're going to clear some shame and guilt. We're going to do some forgiveness of ourselves. I want you to think of a person, of an experience. This is another thing that I do. So as I forgive, as I work through forgiveness, and don't be surprised if somebody actually comes to you through dream time or meditation time. Because I had an uncle that did that. That did things to me that he knew, that a different uncle actually had two different uncles do things. But this one uncle, okay, so this is the power. Okay, I get it, guys. I'm supposed to share this. So I was doing a meditation one time, and this uncle that did things with me, with my body, he passed away. And during his funeral, I was like 13 or 14 when he passed away, maybe 15. See, was I living with my dad then? Okay, probably 14 or 15. I was living with my dad. My parents divorced when I was 13. And I was glad. I was glad he died. I wouldn't have to worry about nothing ever again with him. So as a teenager, can you imagine, like, oh, that put guilt, like, oh my God, I'm glad somebody's dead. But his kids would come up to me like, Tammy, what? My cousins, Tammy, why aren't you crying? My dad's dead. Why aren't you crying about that? So what I did in order not to be judged by not crying is I pretended in my great imagination, that was my dad in the coffin. And so that made me cry. So what I did, so in this meditation years later, I'm in my mid-40s, 58. So this had to be within the last 10 years. I'm 58. This is 2020. I'm just thinking of timelines here. So 2010-ish. Yeah, it's 10-ish years ago. I'm doing a meditation. And I'm opening in the meditation and create a doorway. And I'm allowing whoever wants to come through that doorway to come. And I'm thinking it's going to be my, from the other side, because he's passed over, right? I'm thinking, oh, my grandma's going to come. She's going to talk to me. And, oh, it's all good. And boom, I open up the doorway in this meditation. And who is it? It's my uncle. And I'm like, whoa. God actually made me sit back in my seat. And from the other side, from where he was, he talked to me, asking me to forgive him. I heard and felt the sincerity in him. That was the time I realized that unforgiveness, that the power of not being forgiven can make us stuck when we pass over. Like, feel that. So take a deep breath and feel that. Feel that in your heart. His remorse. I felt his remorse. I felt the truth in him of how remorseful he was. And I did forgive him. And I could feel profound gratitude. His spirit was so grateful that I said yes. That I said yes to this forgiveness. And the blame and the shame and the guilt of all that I didn't even realize I was carrying. And he was able to move on. He was able to move on and go back to his original sacred home of wherever he came from. This is glorious work. This is glorious work, women. And this is vital. So Deb just chimed in with, yes, they need forgiveness to move on. My brother-in-law did the same at a James Van Prawn event. Okay, don't know who that is. When he brought through 8 relatives. My spouse and his brother were behind me, and James said he was there to ask forgiveness. It's sometimes there's just no words. So I want you to call forth someone. Bring into your awareness. So I'm even asking if it can be yourself. Okay. Yeah, it can even be your ancient self. But let's do this tonight. That's for another time. If you can. Just that's something we'll dive in deeper into the Emerald Compass, the 8-month program. And I know we're running over time. But if you're all okay with that, let's just keep going. Or we're bound to run over time. Okay, we're not right now. Okay, so I want you to visualize that person in front of you. It's okay. We got you. We're here with you. Breathe into your heart. Allow the emotion to come up. Because forgiveness is both ways. I see you. Let them know you see them. If you can, from your heart space, I see you. I accept you. From that heart space. And I want you to make them be like a What's the right word here? Like an essence of who they are, like a to where you can walk through them. Because the next step is I want you. Letting the peacock say his letting him share his energy right now. I want you to walk through them. And as you walk through them, you say, I give back to you what is yours, and I take back what is mine. I give back to you what is yours. Let's see, what did I say? I give back to you what is yours, and I take back what is mine. And allow the flames of transformation to facilitate the healing that is coming forth. And as you're in your heart space, I want you to see, I want you to feel, I want you to see this light, this essence of who you are. In your heart space, in your body, and allow it to glow and grow. As you're doing this with your person, I'm doing this with my uncle on these other layers that came up. And as we open up this glow, this light, this essence, our essence of our spirit, and beyond, like even beyond our spirit, we're opening up this essence, like essence, come be with me. Say yes to that essence of you. Open up, open up, open up. Expand, expand, expand. As your soul pieces, those fragmented soul pieces, are coming online, they're coming forth, like peeking through, wanting to know if they can come home. They want to hear your yes and your light, your essence. This is more than, this is the brightness of who you are. Is showing them the way home so you can be more whole. So you can be more whole in who you are, in your sacred self. Stay in your heart. Take those deep breaths. Allow it to be in your body. Allow all emotion to come forth. Ooh, 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 yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Take that deep breath. Allow your body, your spirit, your soul to assimilate. This may take a few days. It could take a few days. There's a lot of powerful energy. Good work. And profound work, ladies. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? Nicole China says, my father, near death, asked for forgiveness. A beautiful hand sign. I burp a lot of energy. When energy moves, I burp a lot. If you haven't, Carol says she's doing good. Mm. Mm. Now you can listen to this replay. Remember, it's only going to be up for until Tuesday night at midnight. I should say Pacific time. These replays will be up until midnight Pacific. No, wait. Okay, I'm trying to think of that. Central time. Because that's 2 a.m. So midnight Central time. We'll just stay on Central time. Mm-hmm. That was delicious. That was delicious. Now, with your permission, I want to share more with you about the Emerald Compass Sisterhood, the 8-month program. And those of you, because this is your time, if you choose to stay on, that's great. Because what we're about to do, what we're about to create is incredible. So, Jan just typed in a wonderful gracing. A wonderful gracing was that I was able to ask my Wendy if there was anything she needed to forgive me for. And thankfully, she said no before she passed. Be grateful. So you have another practice, another in your worksheets. Make sure you do that also to continue to facilitate this opening, this awareness, this healing, these different fragmented soul pieces to continue on different layers to come back to you. And I implore you to keep in touch with us, either because we're here to support you If you need to talk to me personally, reach out through a personal message on Facebook. Some of you already have my phone number. Text me. Carol is also part of the team. She's here to support you also. And as we go into the Emerald Compass Sisterhood, this 8-month program, I want you to know that it's okay if you jump off the call. But I really feel like you're going to want to stay on because this is profound. The peacock agrees. The peacock agrees. So this program I have been working on, I mentioned it last night. I have been working on it for over a year, for over 2 years, actually. Isn't that right, Sina? I think I've been working on it for over 2 years. So here's some questions. Is this for you? This is going to be an 8-month program where not only what we've done this week and what we're going to do tomorrow night is what we're going to bring in the Emerald Compass Sisterhood, but if we're going to go deeper and we're going to expand, and I'm even going to teach you, share with you some more of the intuitive gifts, how you can start to develop your gifts. And it's not on the sales sheet yet, the sharing sheet. I don't like sales sheet. But anyway, we created a whole array of different questions that I can send you the link to. But however, there's also more that's coming that's even on there. So you know if the Emerald Compass Sisterhood is for you. If you lack control over your life, schedule, or your purpose, do you lack control of bringing your purpose forward? I needed help with that. And the more inner work I do, the more my sacred mission, my sacred purpose is coming forth. Like it's still, okay, so like when I was an early mom, like that was my sacred mission until my last child was 18 of raising my children. That becomes loud, isn't it? I don't know if it's as loud for you ladies as it is for me, but I needed help to find that. Are you giving everyone else yourself, but not you? Are you giving to everyone else, but not you? Do you feel drained or overwhelmed at the end of the day or the end of the week? Are there some days you just like, you feel lifeless? You even wonder, why am I alive? Like, why am I alive? Like, there's no life left within inside. No life inside. Have you ever felt this? I don't even want to live anymore. Not that you'll take your life, but to be honest, ladies. Have you felt that feeling? Yeah, I have. I still was questioning just, okay, let me think. Today's Thursday, last week, Tuesday. When I'm creating this 9-day event, is this even what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I really going to help people? Yeah. So see, we all need a container that is a high frequency. Where we can be our truth and we are held when we need to be held, but not enabling, where we can be witnessed, where we don't have to worry what other people think about us, where what I say might be judged, where, because even some of our closest friends can get jealous of where you're going, of who you are. Are you feeling deep inside that there's more to you, yet not knowing really how to tap into that? I felt that for over 2 decades. I gotta stop and think how old I am, because I don't feel like I'm 58. Like if somebody said, "Oh, Tammy, oh, I'm in my 40s," until they see the wrinkles. No, you're not, girl. Do you ever feel like you're not good enough? Do you ever get in that mind, like, am I good enough to really do this? To bring this forth? Ladies, we need that kind of support. Are you yearning for deeper connection within you, but not quite sure how to get to it? We're going to be diving into that. Do you ever feel alone? That's serious. Be honest with yourself. Do you ever feel like you're alone? Like, do you ever feel like you're alone? Like, that you're not up here, but there's something in here that's like, why am I feeling so alone? So are you done with how your life is in some way, shape, or form, or some level currently looking and feeling? Do you just want to have some sustainable fun in your life? Do you want to have that glow? Do you want to be able to, when life takes you out, to have the resources and the tools that you can call on? We're going to be practicing this. We're going to be going deep, and we're going to be practicing this to where it's integrated. Thank you for that word. The integration. And that takes time. Does most of your life seem like, wow, it's amazing? Yet there's a deep yearning for something missing, and you just can't put your finger on it. Have you ever felt like, I know I've been there. Do you cry at Hallmark commercials? See, a lot of this, what we're doing this week, like, that's our emotional body. Like, what is that in there? Golly gee, I wish somebody would have showed me that years ago. And one of the reasons I'm doing this is because we are going to accelerate the path. The Emerald Compass Sisterhood is also about acceleration on our path to becoming whole, to bring forth our gifts even stronger, to heal those parts of us, to call back those fragmented soul pieces, to heal our lineage, our ancestry, to start living the legacy we want to leave. Like living the legacy now, not just leaving it, ladies. Are your emotions ruling your life and your relationships? If they are, it's a must. I'm just going to put it right out there. Because something has to change, and change now. We have no more time. We have no more time to dilly-dally. Bottom line, are you sick and tired? Are you over and done? Are you tired? Are you lonely? Are you depressed somewhere? Are you anxious? Are you searching and wondering if this better life, this better way of being is really out there? It's actually in here. And euphoria really exists. So imagine, just imagine. So close your eyes. Take a deep breath and imagine stepping into your full power of confidence without giving a thought what other people think. Imagine living life on your own terms. Imagine feeling on track, living your sacred purpose. Imagine your intuitive self guiding you, speaking to you. You know the signs. You no longer question. Or if you do question, you know where to reach because you're in this high frequency sacred container. The Emerald Compass Sisterhood. Feeling free and self-expressed, sharing your truth, where you are supported. And if you need to feel safe, you're safe. You're going to discover, just imagine this. Ooh, wow. I have emotional mastery. I have control over my feelings. Imagine that, feel into that. Can you feel the power of being able to direct your own life? That your emotions no longer have control over you? And you're awakening to your sacred gifts. You're loving and embracing yourself so much, you can actually look in the mirror and say, I love you. I love you. I am in love with you. To fall in love. To fall in love with who you are is one of the most essential, profound gifts that can be bestowed upon in this lifetime. Does this sound familiar? You've done other programs or courses, or you've worked with people one-on-one, and you get very little support, or you're hungry for more. You're left hungry for more. Yet it's something about it is not fulfilling you. Have you ever been on this hamster wheel and you feel like you can't get off? And you want fast results, and you want concrete changes in your life. Concrete changes in your life. That is what will start to facilitate with your spiritual foundation. Your foundation of your inner self starts to solidify. That's a good way of saying that. Do you ever tend to be on an emotional roller coaster, but you know your own willpower only takes you so far. Like your own willpower can only take you so far. It's time, ladies, to step up. You are on a spiritual journey, yet you feel stuck. Like, does that happen? You feel stuck in some capacity, and you're not sure why. The feelings of shame or unworthiness or not being loved keep popping up at times. Or maybe there's other feelings that keep popping up, like blame or guilt, or like a lot of that stuckness. And we're going to dive deep into where that is, whether it's this lifetime or past lifetimes, whether it's this reality or other realities, this dimension, other dimensions. Yum, yum, yum. To fulfill your living, to fulfill you living your sacred purpose, to be all you came here to be, to accelerate that path to you. You need a loving and embracing of who you are. You need accountability and support. That, in my experience, that's what I needed. You need ongoing. It's not a one and done, ladies. You need ongoing, like help with shifting the mindset. I'm just thinking of all these different things that I've done for me to help me to accelerate my path. It's about getting out of the game of no matter getting out of your head, getting into your heart, no matter what life brings you, to where you are that you're the eye of the storm if you need to be the storm. And we'll all be called upon to do that. We'll all be called upon to do that. If you want spiritual breakthroughs, to operate at high levels of consciousness and be and create the big results in your life you've been asking for. You've been like there's a churning for inside of you. I'm going to share with you simple and proven steps that work to keep you connected, to keep facilitating this healing, to bring forth more of that inner compass, that inner knowing, and reconnect and stay connected, or remember that high-powered, authentic self of who you are. And we're going to annihilate. I don't know if annihilate's the right word, but it like once and for all. Now, as we learn, there's more layers and more layers, but there comes a time when they're done of what keeps you stuck, and healing of the emotional body. Ladies, this is powerful work. This is powerful work. And it takes more than a one-time session with me. Now, some of you that are on this, you've done those sessions. Some of you have done a half a dozen sessions. But we know there's always more, and there's always more, because you come back for more. You come back, oh gosh, I need another session with Tammy. So now, wow, I can feel the excitement. I can feel the now of the energy of the sacred grandmothers are here, and my entourage is like jumping up and down now. Now we will have a container to exponentially make these shifts happen. In this 8-month online gathering, we will journey down the pathway through the playground of life together. Learning step by step, being navigated intuitively, being supported with each other of who you are to the core. I have to sneeze. That's interesting. Whew. Of who you are at the core, at the raw depth of the first inception of who, before time was time. Before time was time, of who you, of your sacred self. To find truth and freedom and ultimately design the life you love to live. Feel that. Ultimately designing the life you love to live. Speaking your truth, utilizing mystical tones, which came through tonight. That is another part of me. And I'll share with you inside the Emerald Compass, the Emerald Compass. Thank you for that. Sacred Sisterhood. That word just came through. Sacred Sisterhood. Carol, can you write that down? Whew, that Sacred Sisterhood. See, I'm like really receiving downloads as I'm sharing this with you. The Emerald Compass Sacred Sisterhood. Yes. We'll be having transformational healings. Transformational healing experiences like I shared with you tonight. Magical happenings. Just to name a few things. Because as we start into this, as you see, I'm getting downloads just in this simple word of adding sacred to this container, like in the actual verbiage of what we call it. And downloads continue to happen. And you too will have. I truly believe this. That this work will help to facilitate your opening to that. Within this sisterhood of sacred, within this sacred sisterhood, of spiritual, heart-based, ambitious women that come together. Because not everyone, and I'm telling you this, ladies, not everyone's going to be accepted. That's why I encourage, if it's not a true yes for you right now, and you want the link, I will send it to you. But if you have a question, you know, this is the first time I'm doing this. Probably after this point, I may be asking for people to apply, because this is not for just anyone. This is where we're committed to do the work, because we do need accountability. We're committed to do the work, and we have, God, The sacred sisterhood. Wow. To be with each other along the way. And we're being an example for each other and what it takes to become the magical woman I know you are. And somewhere deep inside, maybe if you don't know it now, you will. I know you are. As you all know, you've seen this in the last 4 nights. I'm raw. I'm real. I am real. And that's very rare. I didn't know that years ago. I thought everybody was like this. Oh, that makes me laugh. We'll be guiding you to, and I say we because this is a team effort. This is not just about Tammy. This is, yeah, this is a team effort. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll be working through eliminating beliefs. We'll be removing blocks. All of a sudden, I'm thinking of a cinder block, right? And taking that sledgehammer and go, pew, like, pew, and it like spreads into pieces. And we clear what's keeping you stuck on a multitude, or how about a multi-dimensional of levels. Now, if you want a 20-minute call with me where you discuss more, I'll send you the link. Just go ahead and reach out to me. So there's one lady that I just did a session with within the last few weeks. I'm going to share this one with you. Unearthing layers of her sacred soul. She's right here in the group. She's a healer of her own sorts, or a multidimensional being of her own sorts. She's a pretty remarkable woman. She says, the energy that Tammy exudes feels like an earth hug around my child's heart. So healing. Yeah, I'm reading this. So healing I have never experienced. And she knows a lot of people. I have never experienced anything like it. She's not one to say things she does not mean. Tia walked away from our session with a knowing that unearthed many layers of her sacred soul. One of the other things we're going to be doing is we're going to be also working on the womb space. Ooh, we're going to go deep. We're going to be in this wow, in this sacred sisterhood. We will be guided back home to your sacred inner self connection. We're going to create your individual self-love program. Individualized for you. There is not a cookie cutter. I'm so tired of cookie cutter programs. And I'm going to do my best. Well, that just is not going to happen in this program. We're going to create your individual love program, like I said. Discover the treasure chest, your treasure chest that helps keeps you on your path. We're going to work together on this. We're going to master intuitive efforts with smart strategy and tools. Gosh, I'm so excited for this. We're going to build and grow your confidence to become a sovereign being. Confidence. I still grow my confidence. Something I was taught a long time ago. Even ascended masters, wherever, whatever realm or dimension they're in. Thank you for this. They're still working on themselves. So who are we to say, what? I don't need to work on myself. And okay, so let me just be clear, ladies. Whether it's me or somebody else, that's your choice, but choose. Choose to step up and be in a container that will see you for who you are, that will help you to live into that will help you, assist you to break away, to heal those things that keep you from that. Discover your soul song. More of what we're going to master your emotions and make shift happen. We're going to learn how to take those inspired actions and break the chains that are keeping us stuck and design our own life of what we want to be, do, have, create abundance and different levels. Learn to live in your sacred self-expression of who you are and experience your essence, your beauty, your light of being one with you, and to have that beam from the inside out. We're going to implement time-saving gems and learn to listen to your inness. Okay, so who's still with me here? Who's still with me? Say yes in the text chat. I want to see who's still with me. Stacy says yes for change. I can't see who's with me. If you could type in the text chat. Because I want to know. I want to know who still stayed with to the end of this. Because you all are going to go into a special drawing. Now, everybody else is going to go into a drawing for a one-on-one session. But everybody that's staying to the end, I'm going to put you all in a different drawing for a one-on-one session. They're so incredible. Okay, Carol, please make note of who all is with us right now. You all are gonna. And I'll be even prepared for this. Like I wasn't even gonna say this. This wasn't on my. But I feel this. I feel this to offer this to. That you all. There's 7 of us. Diana, you got that in there right. Carol, would you please write down these names? They're all going to be in a special drawing for a one-on-one session with me. Okay. So the monthly, here's the thing. We're going to have live weekly. I'm going to go through what we're going to be doing. And remember, this is still kind of a work in progress, but I know we're going to be live weekly through breakthrough workshops. I know this is going to be on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central Time. I know we're starting May 20th. I feel that emotion of coming forth because of that commitment. It's not just you. It's me too. Of making this commitment. And not just making this commitment to you, but I'm making this commitment to me. To my essence. To my sacred mission. Just came through. This is bigger, ladies, than what I ever thought. We're going to have weekly laser hot seat coaching and healing calls. Not sure when that's going to be. I'm going to be honest with you. But I know I want to do that. We're also going to have a course portal where the training, like a portal with training with a training library. Okay? So, as I keep saying, these recordings, these workbooks, they're all disappearing Tuesday night at midnight. But this is going to be wrapped up into a package, and it's going to be available to you in the course so you can revisit it. And there will be other things added along the way. We're going to have monthly accountability calls and follow up and goal setting, but goal setting from the heart. I learned this the other day. We're going to bring more of our feminine essence. Okay, I'll get back to that. More like bring more of our feminine essence, because over the last century, maybe even longer, it's been a masculine dominance. Yeah, a couple centuries. Male dominance, where we have had to hide. Wow. So this is a download coming through, where we have had to hide our feminine essence or not be who we are in fear of being ostracized, beaten, burned at the stake. Our intuitive gifts have had to be either in secret, hidden, and it's time. I could go on and on, but I don't want to keep you too long, because I already know it's almost yeah. But this is a new way of living. This is a new earth, and we are going to even sink in more to Mama Earth and the different things that are coming from her to teach us. We'll have monthly accountability calls for follow-up and goal setting. Yeah, I'm going to read this because I want to make sure. We're going to have healing pods where we gather together to where we can have small. So, because one of the ladies that asked me, she reached out to me today, Tammy, are you going to teach us how to heal? How to, like, I'm going to teach you. Wow, that just like, my voice just got really loud. Like, that's more than me. We are going to teach you. We are going to teach you. And integration week. So at the end of every month, like, that's going to be an integration week where we don't have anything. That will be the week where you have time to integrate the different things, because this is acceleration path, right? And sometimes we just need that week. And we're also going to have special guest speakers along the way. So the total price of this package, the total investment, thank you for that, to invest into yourself is $3,840. I want you to think about this. Think about this from your heart. And so you can pay monthly, and that's $480 a month. You know how sometimes when somebody breaks it down to a month and then they add on an extra something? I'm not doing that. So if you pay in full the $3,840, if you need to talk to me about it, I'm here for you. I know how to be creative with finances. There's times when I had to use 3 different credit cards to sign up for a program that ended up helping me be where I am here today. And that's happened more than once. This is an investment into you. This is an investment into. Ladies, if I would have not invested into myself, I would not be surprised if I would be in a mental institution, honestly, or on so many medications, So if you do pay in full, there's some bonuses. You get you get a VIP half day with me. But right now it says on the sheet a VIP day, a virtual VIP day. So I'm going to honor that. We're going to correct that tonight or tomorrow to say half day. Virtual VIP day. That means we'll work together one-on-one. 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon with a 2-hour break in between. That feels delicious. That is well over a $1,500 value. I'm also going to add in, because there's other things that I'm working on, and they're going to be retreats, because I know we're going to have retreats on the land here. Anybody that works with me gets 20% off of those retreats. Gets 20% off. Who's ever in the Emerald Compass Sacred Sisterhood, this 8-month program, you pay in full. You also get 20% off the pay in full price. Somebody told me, like, oh, just make it 10%. I was like, no, that's not enough. That's not enough. 20% off. That's $728. $780 off full pay. So that brings it almost down to $3,000. Okay, I just heard that. You pay in full, you get $840 off. Let's just make it an even $3,000. Why mess with percentages? Now, this is not written, but this is my word to you. You pay in full, you get the virtual VIP day where we work one-on-one with each other. Wow, you get 20% off all things that I create from this point forward. If you choose to participate, and you also get $840 off your full pay price. Again, if you need to be creative with your financing, I am the queen of that. If you have any questions, you can also book a call with me. I actually am having one tomorrow with Carolyn. So Carol is already in. So if you have any questions right now before we say goodnight, the energy is just expanding and expanding and expanding. So whoever listens to this replay, whoever stay till the end, not only are you going to be into a drawing that whoever gets pulled gets a free session with me, one-on-one session, you also are getting these bonuses that are not written down that came through tonight to offer to you. They're not on the official sales page. So write them down. Let me repeat them. You pay in full, you get $840 off the pay in full price, which is 3,840. So it's an even 3,000. You also get a full VIP day. If you listen to the replay, you get this too. So make sure you mention it, because we're going to change that on the actual sales sheet to be a half a VIP day. And please remind me when you sign up in full that you get this. Okay? And you also get % off of any future workshops, retreats, whatever that is, for saying yes to you, for investing into you with the Emerald Compass Sacred Sisterhood and being a part of that. Thank you, Sina. Sina says you are a teacher. Carol is in. So if you have any questions, go ahead and type them in the text chat. I'm here for you. Let's discuss this. I can feel some of you are shaky. I can feel some of you are like, oh, I want this, I'm not sure how to do this. It's okay. I've been there. I have been there. One of the things I've asked of you by being in the Emerald Compass Sacred Sisterhood 8-month program is for a referral or a testimony. Because I want you to feel where you're at. And then where you're, like right now, and where you're at 8 months from now. We're going to start. We're going to launch this May 20th. There's so much energy coming through. May 20th at 7 p.m. See, I'm even practicing. This energy is so. I can feel it vibrating. Yeah, there's no word, right? I can feel it vibrating out of me. Okay. Well, it looks like nobody's got anything that they want to ask. Go ahead and reach out to me. I can send you the link to schedule your 20-minute. Just saw a little fairy go by. Thank you for that. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I wasn't in tune to that. The fairy realm, like to be able to see them. Yeah, this work is pretty incredible. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging on. Somebody else just joined. Thank you. I'm looking forward to having that chat with you. Let me know if you want the link directly. You know what? Let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and send the link to invest into yourself into this privately to all of you that stayed on. You let me know if you're a true yes, and then because what I'll have to do is I'll have to create a code. Okay? I'll have to create a code to make sure you have that $840 off for full pay. So let me know if you're in at full pay, okay? And we'll make that happen. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being present. Thank you for being in this container of the Sacred Soul Soiree. And if you refer people to this, we'll figure that out too. We'll figure that out too. You refer people that sign up into the 8-month program and they stay in at least 3 months. If they do a full pay, yeah, I'll do some kind of referral thing with you. And if they do a monthly pay, after they stay in for 3 months, I'll do something with you with that too. You can earn this for free. Wow. You can earn this for free. Thank you, women. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for being present with me, for hanging out with me, and for doing the work, for doing your inner work. This is Tammy Lee with the Emerald Compass on day 4 of the Sacred Soul Soiree.